Hey, what's up guys, Josh Push here and welcome back to another One Piece gameplay video. Today we have a match from locals. This was the last round, both players going X1. Finals was actually a kid mirror match between myself and another guy, but I didn't really want to feature a kid mirror. So yeah, I featured this match, which is on the left we have my friend Dean playing Red Green Law, and on the right we have Daniel, who actually has his own channel, which I will put in the pinned comment down below, who is playing Zoro, Red Zoro. So I think Law pretty complicated deck to play, to be honest, and Zoro is a little bit more like Kid, where it's a little bit more basic, but that's what makes it strong, right? And we actually see Daniel having to pass here after doing the mulligan, which is a little bit unlucky, where Dean starts with the bunny and does a little think here, thinking if he wants to use the ability or not. He doesn't. He's actually going to... Wow, that's a really good start, opening double bunny there to search for those supernova cards. Zoro going to swing in with 6k here. Dean takes the damage, which is fair enough, but early game taking damage against Red can be pretty scary because of cards like the Rush Luffy. But I am a big fan of taking early damage though, because it means you get additional cards, right? And additional cards are very nice. He actually misses with the bunny here, which is a little bit unlucky. Goes swing with Law, no boost though. And Daniel also takes the damage. Then Dean plays down Nico Robin, which is the one that when it attacks and it has it done, you can delete one of your opponent's guys. Daniel here is going to start by playing, what's it called? The Y2K cards, like the in 2 years at Sabodi, something like that, which allows him to add a straw hat to his hand. And then he's going to swing over the bunny with the Zoro, which is definitely the correct play, right? Because you really need to get rid of those cards like the bunnies, Momonosuke's, because they are very, very strong if you leave them on the field longer. Then Daniel is going to play down the Nico Robin of his own, and we'll see how Dean's going to counter that. First going to tap the bunny, which will allow him to add a supernova card to his hand. Dean's taking a little peek there, doing a little think. And he's going to add the jet pistol to his hand, which is a supernova card, and he's actually going to play it down right away to get rid of the opponent's Nico Robin. And now he's going to swing with the Law, but it gets countered by Law, actually, yeah. And then to finish off his turn, use the remaining Dun to play down the Chopper. And now we're slowly entering the late game, right, where One Piece, the card game, in my opinion, gets really complicated. There actually goes for Uta and... yeah, that's it. Going to swing with the Zoro, but gets blocked, which I think is fair enough. He was going to attack over the Chopper, and now he's going to play down the Robin. So he first wanted to swing, then play down the Robin. Yeah, definitely fair enough to block that, right? And the Jet Pistol is such a good card, especially if you use it like this, combined with a blocker, and getting rid of the opponent's entire field. It means he can keep the bunny alive longer. Now the bunny is going to add Zoro, the Rush one. And he does have access to a lot of Dawn 9, I think, in total. Going for play down another bunny and then use the ability. Take a peek at top 5 and add another Jet Pistol to his hands. After the match, Daniel told me he was quite upset about all the jet pistols. So you will know they are going to play a pretty big part in this match. And for now, Dean just really playing the control game, not going super aggro. He gets countered by Usopp, which is a little bit of a... I don't want to say it's a waste, right? But burning a 2000 counter where you could have used just 1000, which would have been enough to block the attack, always kind of feels bad. Now counter Jet Pistol, get rid of the Robin, then play down the Brook to give minus 2000 to 2 cards. Not sure to what, to be honest, because I mean we can't hear it, right? There's no audio. And then he's just going to get rid of, or try to get rid of both the bunnies, but he can't, because again there is a blocker in play, and he only had 2 attacks against double bunny. And now we have finally entered the 10-dan game, which is where the game gets really interesting, in my opinion. Especially for something like Law, it can really, out of nowhere, go really crazy, go super wide with low drops, and then start using the ability. And then, it starts doing really good stuff. which we haven't seen up until this point, which makes sense, right? Because it's really like a late game ability, but it's really where the deck starts doing broken stuff, I want to say. Because for now it's quite fair. Yeah, it's the Monkey D. Luffy, the promo one to his hand. Not sure what purpose it serves in the deck, to be honest. I'm not super familiar with the Red Law deck. Going to play down the Law and then swap out Bonnie for the Rush Zoro. He's going to swing and then he takes the damage. Then another Jet Pistol to get rid of the Brook. Just literally every turn the Zoro's field gets cleared, which is super rough. Oh, we do finally see a Nami, which is definitely nice. Even though Nami adding the Jet Pistol, which it can, guys, it got an erratum where it says you can add a Straw Hat card instead of a Straw Hat character like it says on the card. Before people are going to point that out, because I know people love doing that. But yeah, this is actually a legal play. Then Zoro is going to swing with, I think it's 7k over the Rush Zoro. So we would need 3000 counter to protect it. Which is 2 cards at least. I'm not sure how many cards are in Dean's hands. But he is going to pitch both Bonnie and the Luffy for the 3000 counter. So he actually values the Zoro really highly. We're gonna see if this is going to pay off. Because for now it definitely seems he is in the driver's seat, right? But I can definitely see Zoro kind of coming back into the game now. Now the Rush Zoro is going to swing. Both cards are kind of low on cards in hand, to be honest, I think. And then Law is just going to swing with 5k. And Zoro takes the damage to have a little bit more cards in hand, which is nice. You know, more options and also more counters, which is important. But now, yeah, Dean still has 10 done to work with. Going to play the Law, put Zoro to active and then swing again with the 5k. Maybe it could have been worth it to... I don't know. Kind of depends on his hand, right? Maybe it could have been worth to give it more done on the first swing. Okay, but yeah, if he's going to do it like this, then... fair. Okay, so he plays down the Robin, which will need another turn. And he can't go for game here anyway, right? So there's no real point in bringing out the Zoro once again. And it's definitely better to keep the Zoro in hand for the late game, or for the final push, basically, for the end game push. So yeah, this definitely seems like a good play. Otama giving the minus 2000 to the blocker Law. It looks like. And now Zoro, leader, is going to swing in with 6k on leader Law, and obviously he's going to take it. Blocking it is a waste. And he has such few cards in hand that I'm not even sure if he could. Oh, what's going to happen here? Are we going to boost Nami? That's definitely an interesting line of play. But I mean, there's something you have to do with the Nami, right? So it's going to swing with 5k, I think. Huge thing here. Does he want to block? If he blocks, then he's going to... I mean, it's fair, right? I guess he could. Or he might as well just counter, to be honest. Because if he blocks... He's actually going to lose the Law, so he really values the cards in his hand pretty highly here. Definitely doesn't want to drop them for the counter. Now the Rush Zoro is going to come out, but yeah, I don't really see a way where this will suddenly be game, because he will need 3 more attacks, which is that's a lot. Yeah, so he's going to take it here, and now Chopper is going to come down. The one cost blocker, and like I said at the start of the game, it really looked like Law was taking it, but the One Piece games are really grindy all the time, so it isn't really much of a surprise that Zoro is getting back to the game here. However, Robin is definitely going to put in some work here. Honestly, he might have just kept the Chopper in hand as well, right? Because it would just definitely get KO'd by the Robin. Robin hits into 2 years in Sabodi, which allows Daniel to add Sanji to his hand, which is basically just a 2000 blocker. Now Law is going to swing at leader, it looks like. So going to try to game here, which I think should probably be successful, because Daniel only has 2 cards in hand. And we know there is a Rush Zoro in Dean's hand as well. But it's going to get Red Hawk there. Then Rush Zoro is going to swing in. It hits another in 2 years in Sabodi. Or in 2 years, that's a Bodhi. Adds Robin to the hand. And then another Red Zoro, which is going to swing with 8k. 1,000, 6,000. So, yeah, should have been game. Really good game in my opinion. Yeah, GG.